again for another reaction video.
That's right. Hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
Right, what's going on?
We got some comedy today.
Okay, right.
Another requested comedian that we were requested to listen to. We've heard this guy.
Right. Now, is this the one they requested in particular, or is this just a particular, or they just requested him?
They just requested. I don't know. This was a while back.
Okay.
I don't know if they requested this or not. They just said listen to John Pinette.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm looking at this at the water park. I know that a few years ago we was really on the road a lot. That I think we heard this. Does it sound familiar to you?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It's still funny, but and this is the late John because he passed.
Yeah, he passed at age 50. Yeah. Was it 50 or 53?
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
I don't know if he was sick or what the deal was.
But this is not recent. This is it's not, had nothing to do with what's going on now. But I think this is a few years ago. I don't know exactly when, but we, like I said, we haven't heard a lot of him recently. Listened to some, but I know a few years ago we listened to a lot of his stuff. So, real funny guy. I would have loved to seen him in person, because I just like his style. So
he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's get with it, and before we get started, if you all can just like, go ahead and go right down and boop, hit that little thumbs up, and also if you haven't subscribed, go hit that subscribe button, and that's right. And then also when you hit the subscribe button, the little bell's gonna pop up. Hit on that bell, that gives you all those notifications will come your way whenever we drop or put out a video. And then also you feel like, hey, this is all right, I want somebody else to know about it, hit the share button. They give you all kind of ways to share this video if you want to. So let's get started with Joe at the water park. I'm sorry, I said Joe John, I'm sorry.
A month, my family took me to a water park. Now, I like to swim. Swimming is my exercise. I frolic. But there are rides at the park. Horrible nay-nay rides. The first ride we went on was the giant slide. It's like 20 stories high. And I'm looking for the elevator. There's no elevator. How do you get up there? It's $35 to get in. You should carry my ass up there.
And he's right, because sometimes at some of those water parks, you have to actually carry your own inner tube.
Oh, yeah.
Up all these stairs. By the time you get up there, you're exhausted.
And not to mention, he's right about the price. Those prices are way up there, man.
Oh, my word.
How do you get up? I'm in flip-flops and a Speedo, and I'm walking up a mountain.
That face.
I know.
Thank you, my friends. Let's not visualize, just let's move on, shall we? Please don't have nightmares tonight. And I'm walking up this thing, and I'm a little bit afraid of heights. And I'm halfway up, I'm going, Ricola, Ricola. Heidi went by with her grandfather. I don't know how high we went. And the guy behind me is yelling at me. I'm not walking fast enough. I was in no mood. Listen, pal, I will fart and you will disintegrate before you hit the ground. Now you keep talking. Do I look happy up here? I got to the top of the slide. Was it a slide? Nay. Because I did not slide. And I have slid. When you slide, you go, wee. This is not what happened. I went, shh, I didn't slide. At no point did my butt touch slide. You reach around and you're not touching slide, that's a free fall. I was not issued a parachute. I'm falling and I see my family walking up. I'm yelling, it's not a slide! And I hit the water. Oh God. Those people shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, he's right. But it's funny when he said that at the end about those people shouldn't have been here. It's funny when it comes to a lot of music parks, things like that, those different travel things. It's like sometimes they don't really, really concentrate as much on safety as they should.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the roller coasters, they lock you in, make sure that stuff maybe. I get to the point now they just kind of okay, this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
They walk off. But we actually was in. Where was in when we did the what was it, the inner tube, we did the zip line.
Mexico.
We was in Mexico, I think Cancun. And we did it, and you can tell it was another country. I mean, the regulations was like, this is what you're going to do, go.
Right, yeah, go.
And, I mean, you know, I almost drowned out there, you know.
It's
I'm not a swimmer.
because we did, it was supposed to be
Okay, right.
tubing,
Yes, right.
zip lining,
Then the bicycle.
snorkeling, and
and
the bicycle.
Now the bicycle. This is in Cancun. I think what was it August? It was in the. I mean, it's hot. No, who would want to ride a bicycle? That's number one. Then the bicycles look like they've been around for 50, 60 years. They're okay, and they just said go, and that guy he's just riding. And so if you want a real avid rider and really in good condition, you're falling behind.
Not only that,
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking when we're going bike riding, we're going to be on the road, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
yeah.
No. Gravel.
It's like gravel.
All the
dirt
way.
The whole way.
Who can
It wasn't
ride on gravel?
And it wasn't a path. It was just like you just riding around this kind of desert-like thing. Then you get back in the tubing. Now, we've been tubing before where you go upstream, you come down, and you go back. This was a lagoon with all kind of things floating around it, and you just floating
Moss.
around.
Just all over. So, yeah.
And we paid for this. And then we did what's called I did like the zip lining because the way they did their zip line I liked is because it wasn't sometimes you go and there's just one. They had like three of them. We did three.
Yeah, it was three of
them.
them.
They got higher and higher as we
Yeah.
did. So I liked that part. That was good. You know,
One where we went over water too, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so I'm not a swimmer, so the snorkeling wasn't great for me. Those people's down in the cave and stuff, and so that was good for them. I think me and my younger two, we kind of sat out, and she's a swimmer, so she got down on that. But what did they do you remember what they did during the zip lining? What they had is they had a guy zip line down first, and then he came, he videotaped him.
Okay.
Okay.
If anybody zip lined before, there's different ways, I
Yeah.
guess, to stop.
To stop, yeah.
Some people they give you these big, thick gloves, or they give you something.
There's a little unit like type thing that's hooked and you twist or whatever. There's a little thing that's hooked to the zip line.
Right.
And they tell you that help you slow down.
Right.
Okay.
What did we have, honey?
We had two things. You would think that would be good. The first thing we had was a stick. It was like a stick, like a half wishbone.
It was like a wishbone, right?
Yeah, and you put that and you turn that and that's supposed to slow you down. Then there was it was like you know how the white tube, but it was like more of a spongy thing. And that was on it, so that helped you slow down. That's how you slow down. Real bootleg, you know. So, but we okay, we're joining, we zip line, we're doing this, and you get the good. They say, hey, you want the video of this? Yeah, we get the video. We got the video, got home, and it was pictures like flowers and little water. None of the zip lining was on there. We spent like $35 for this DVD.
There was a little bit of a glimpse of us, but it had say some lady coming in and then all of a sudden you see me. It was like you got the other lady on the video.
Yeah.
You didn't get me.
It is.
It is just.
And this was off of a cruise we did. We did one of the what do you call them, the
excursions.
We did one of the excursions off the ship. We took that and it was in Cancun. But this is my little advice to people: if you go on a cruise, you do excursion, read it carefully. Because there's something in there that says travel time. It tells you how long it's going to travel from the boat to your actual excursion. We had like a 45-minute boat ride from the boat because they had to drop anchor because they couldn't pull up at that part of Cancun. And we had to take a tender over, and that was 45 minutes. Got on, then we got into a van that...
We had the first He was racing us through. Oh
Yeah.
no, that
That was the time. We was kind of going through.
Get
And
to the
finally
town.
got to the van. They loaded us in the van. I almost felt like we was smuggling drugs or something.
Yeah.
Got us in the van.
Yep.
And we took the van. Another 30 minutes ride. Cool. But the driver, 10 and 2, the whole way, never spoke because he couldn't speak any English. So it was a quiet ride for more 30 minutes. And the worst thing about that is knowing that you got to do that on the way back. So we did it, but it's all in all, so that just taught us some of the things to do and to look for when we're doing an excursion and really read.
But make sure, like he said, make sure you book yours through the
Right.
cruise, because if you did that individually, there's no guarantee that
Right.
boat would be waiting.
That's
on you.
right.
The boat had to wait for us because we booked it through.
Right.
And when I tell you, they had us hustling, especially coming back. Going, we just walked pretty
Right,
fast.
right.
Coming back because we were late. We had to catch that last tender
Right.
to get back. We were like,
Yeah, it's just
by the
crazy.
time we got back, just to the boat. To the tender. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
that's good advice. Make sure you do it through the cruise line,
Yep.
because if we didn't do it through the cruise line and that van broke down 30 minutes away from where we picked up the tender,
Yep.
they would have. I mean, there's a wait time they had, but once they paid that wait time, they're like, "Hey, you're on your own," and they'll tell you that. They'll tell
they'll
you, book
tell you
to-
that.
And people just think they're doing it because they just want to get the money, But trust me, it's worth the money. So,
Yeah.
but let's not go on. But that, like I said, this comedian was an excellent comedian, and you could tell when he said about the water park, $35. Now that'd be a lot of money today, when you think about it. But that's how these. But when you go on these tourist things, you got to know you're gonna spend some
Yeah,
money.
you gotta know.
That's
you're
just
spending some
it's
money.
just gonna spend it.
Mhm.
So, but with that, we're gonna move on, and we appreciate you. If there's another bit you want us to check out, go ahead and put it in the, down in the comments below, and we'll check him out. And because we looked at one before, I think he had one. I don't know if we did. He did one on where he went to a buffet. So we've heard a few of the ones he's done. He's a good comedian. I really like his work. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also please share. That's right. And I do believe that's it.
I think that's it. We're glad and thanks for listening to Sunshine and Eve.